Hello everyone and very good afternoon. Today I'll be dealing with the topic sacrifice or selfhood, the psychological cost of motherhood in the Amachita's novel The Joys of Motherhood. This are my personal information and my research question and hypothesis. How does The Joys of Motherhood by Amachita depict the psychological cost of motherhood, and to what extent does New Ego's sacrifice challenge the cultural idea of motherhood? Hypothesis: The Joys of Motherhood critiques the traditional ideal of motherhood as a source of ultimate fulfillment by portraying the New Ego's experience as a cycle of sacrifice, loss, and disillusionment. The novel demonstrates how the pressures of cultural expectations erode her selfhood. Through this, Amachita offers a feminist critic challenging the glorification of the material sacrifice. Okay, so next one is introduction. This presentation explores the complex psychological toll of motherhood in Buchi Yamashita's 1979 novel, Joys of Motherhood. Through the journey of New Ego, the novel critiques the societal idealization of motherhood in Igbo culture, revealing its profound impact on women's selfhood. Set in colonial Nigeria, the novel highlights the contrast between traditional Igbo society and the growing influence of Western values in urban lives. New Ego endures immense sacrifice for her children, only to face poverty, emotional pain, and the neglect in return. Through her story, Amachita critiques the romanticized idea of motherhood, revealing its psychological and social cost in the patriarchal society. Moving further to the main point, that is the cultural idea of motherhood, a double-edged sword of cultural idea. Motherhood as a core value. The joy of being mother is the joy of giving all to your children. The novel deconstructs the notion that being a mother doesn't guarantee that you will gain all the respect, and as New Ego's children abandon her despite her sacrifice. Next one is societal pressure. New Ego's entire identity is shaped by her ability to bear children, and she faces immense societal pressure to fulfill her role as a mother. A woman with many children could face a lonely old age and maybe a miserable death all alone, just like barren women. Yes. Fertility, a defining factor. New Ego accepted Naif as the father of a child, and the fact that this child was a son gave her the sense of fulfillment for the first time in her life. We can see she also gave birth to the girl child as well. But when it was the birth of a boy child, she felt more happier. Yes. So next one is New Ego sacrifice, a cycle of loss and disillusionment. Loss dreams. New Ego, however, is ordinary woman willing to accept her father and her husband's authority over her. This shows how New Ego's personal dreams are sacrificed to fulfill traditional expectations of marriage and motherhood. Financial stream. Yes, obviously. Without the plot of land for sustains cultivation and the communal assistance she would receive in her home village, she scrouges enough money by selling matches, gathering firewood, etc., to feed her children and even to support one son. One of his son was also studying in the university, so she was also supporting him financially as well. And emotional toll. Like many other novels about African women, The Joys of Motherhood conveys a sense of the enormous strength and the love which which so many ordinary women have, and which is the backbone of their own survival, and that of their children. Motherhood brings emotional distress and strains her relationship. Okay, so moving further, we have the erosion of selfhood, New Ego's psychological journey. Despair and isolation. New Ego, who experienced double colonization as a mother, writes of her sacrifice and hardship shortly after the birth of her twin daughters. She experienced one of this affinities when she asked in her monologue that I am the only one who was born and will die alone. What have I learned from this experience? Sure, I have a large family, but what am I going to feed them? Regarding my life, to take care of them, I have to labor myself to the bone. I have to offer them everything, and even have to offer them my soul. Here we can see that how she was tired of giving her everything to his family and children. Another one is mental health. Nuiko suddenly transforms into a feminist after her emotional outburst, saying in a grounded way, "I am prisoner of my own flesh and blood. Is this a truly envied position?" This shows her mental breakdown as she realizes that motherhood has become a dread rather than a source of joy. Her internal crisis makes her question everything she was raised to believe. Yes, moving further, we have conflicting values, traditions versus modernity. How traditional Igbo values, we can see, affected how patriarchal society, prides, and the motherhood as a status, polygamy, all these things we can see in the novel. Colonial influence, that how economic disruptions and increased burden of women, patriarchal parental neglect, how her children neglected her, and a Western influence, the shift to individualism, women's independence, and education over traditional cultural clashes. We can see that how at the end their son and their daughter chooses their freedom over her mother. Okay, moving further, we have challenging the narrative, Amechita's feminist critic. Patriarchal structures, in which we can see that Amechita's critic the patriarchal structures that perpetuate the oppression of women. Gender inequality is reinforced through cultural norms, with men having authority over women in marriage, economy, and social life. Romanticized notion. Society expects women to find joy in sacrifice, but Nimigo's suffering and abandonment reveals the false promises of maternal fulfillment. The novel criticizes the unrealistic glorification of motherhood, showing that if it often leads to poverty, loneliness, and emotional exhaustion. Symbolism and imaginary. Amechita uses symbolism and imaginary to convey the psychological burden of motherhood. The novel criticizes the unrealistic glorification of motherhood, showing that it often leads to poverty, loneliness, and yes. So, moving to the very last part, that is the conclusion. In The Joy of Motherhood, Buchi Amechita presents a compelling critique of cultural idea of motherhood as both a source of fulfillment and a deep psychological suffering. Nuiko's journey reveals the immense sacrifice of women made trapped in a cycle of duty and disillusionment. Her struggles highlight the tension between the traditional expectations and the evolving realities of modern life, where selfhood is often eroded in pursuit of maternal devotion. Ultimately, Amechita challenges the glorification of motherhood, exposing its hidden cost and advocating for a redefinition of women's role in beyond sacrifice. So yes, this is my learning outcome, that is like understanding the cultural idea of motherhood and comparing tradition and modernity. But what I learned throughout this is like motherhood we can see in our family as well. We can see our mother, like how they have been sacrificing her own dreams and everything for their children. So now we feel like I can totally connect to this my topic, and so yes, this is my work citations, and thank you.